Yeah, Heathrow.
His engine.
That's today it's day one. So I'm on Eagle Ferry and down to. So I'm headed down to Isle of Wight. And this is the void for Isle of Wight. So this is when thing. And that's right. So oh, there's Wellington. That's Wellington. And for once, that's fine. Okay, oil and gas. Okay. Just go to the realizing. There we go. Do some. There. Hurry. What's going to happen? See you. That's going to last. So let's keep on straight. So this is going out to sea. Catch up ahead. There's what do you think? Oh, good. It's one wall. No, ready, go. There we go, red falcon coming this is nice. When an osprey coming through. We go far west good boat. Just in case anyone's stranded. We'll go over the water. How about that? Go back. We have our train go through. Is that? Aha! Gotcha! But it's Netherlands Navy. I think that's enough. Yeah. Southampton, Portsmouth. So same flight we went last year. When I got there, that Navy helicopter.
Where were we staying last year?
Hey, I.
Oh yeah.
But
Then at least when you say, well, out of them,
Nice.
right?
Lovely.
When you said you were done smoothly,
that is high tech,
swoosh.
fast but it's like red jet. On the coach, because I need it because
They just spoke to Jenny and after she's going down. She was sending the boat
bingo. I got it's not the Spitfire. So this is my wing number. Oops. The wind is right and heavy. We're again tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm at Newport. So I'm gonna sing. Yeah.
They're newly cleaned as well. They're cleaned as well.
That's nothing.
Yeah, I cleaned them before we got here.
So today I'm on Doctor Centric. This is day 2. Later on I'm going to later on gonna be heading to Newport. Ferry. Right now see some some bits. So here are all the names of each donkey.
Which is Wayne's surname.
Pinks are for donkeys. These are females. So we've got worker packer, bush tuggers, one side, and there's
Small one, isn't it? Yeah, I saw that.
female.
Yeah, I messaged my mum earlier. She's doing really well. But she
Get some, how do we get to that? How do you think what?
Hey, look.
So, just hand our truck now. So we've got some donkeys. This is Bush Street paddock. And I think we'll go there. Harry. Everyone, it's day 3 off on the right. Matt, just stay on the right. Stay at. Then another one. Shot 3, then on to wine. Okay, I will get some further videos. Okay, see it.
He's also got a bit of a wonky nose, if you look at his face.
A wobbly nose.
Wonky nose.
Is that a bit of an angle?
Coming underneath, look.
So we have so they are what we call sexual and they started their life to get paid so long way away from here, near to Russia.
Are they the only version?
Francis, can you move that way a bit so I can take a photo of them?
Are they the only very much?
They're outside.
Phenomenal effort from everyone here at the sanctuary and the local community to build this amazing house for them and get them all the way over here.
Not pandit. Pandit man.
We don't see them.
This is somewhere to do. And I do gonna get some just in the cage.
Excluder.
Just like calling myself a scum, wouldn't I? Hair like that.
These are down from the circus zoo. Oh.
used in vegetables because human grown fruit is really, really high in
Raw food. So here's I've got to show you guys. This is the pond engine. That new President Bruce Compton. I know about you, mate. This is in the room. Has it been? Now we're going to take this. We don't want to take on this. Cotton. So that's one there and one there.
Brilliant. That's such a good idea.
God.
I'll keep filming, hold on.
Stand down. Right guys, it's day 4. Come on, and this. So, some right, see it.
Gents, we've got a pink bucket for the girls, blue bucket for the boys. Please feel free to wander around the boats. Do take care of the doors that lead to the outer parts. There are the small steps or ledges. Unfortunately, have to be there by law. They are a little bit of a trip hazard. And do make use of the handrails, especially on the stairs. Now, smoking, ladies and gents, you can smoke on the White Sea. The smoking area or the smoking zone on the White Sea today is the lower after open deck after the toilets. That's where you're allowed to go and smoke on the White Sea today. The rest of the open decks includes all non-smoking, and that does include e-cigarettes. So now, folks, we are making our way down the River Medina. River Medina splits Cowes in two. So we've got West Cowes over on your left, East Cowes over on your right. Now, we will tell you a lot more about Cowes Harbour if we return. So I mean when we return later on today. But as we make our way down towards the entrance, we've got to report to the local authorities. As we clear Cowes, first district we're going to is Southampton VTS. VTS standing for Vessel Traffic Services. They control all the shipping Southampton docks. So please hold on. Are you all ready? Be prepared, be amazed. Here we go.
Thanks, Dave.
Our shores, quite taken back with the amount of wild game running around, so he decided to claim it for himself. He called it the King's New Hunting Forest. Obviously over the years they've got a shortage of just New Forest.
There you go. I think this is so cool. Some more. What's this like? Like, and it's look.
Castle, somewhere along the line, they're going to have to do something about it. Either build that seawall up again or put some sea defences in there to stop Norris from slipping into the sun. As we make our way down to Portsmouth today, we're going to be passing lots of green and red buoys. They're called lateral marks, and they're here to mark the edge of the main shipping channel. Each buoy's got its own name. At night time, there was the Royal Naval College up there that opened in 1903, closed in 1921. And the Royal Suite was opened to the public for the very first time in 1954. Now the last parts of the estate to be opened in the year 2000. They opened up a restored garden. In 2012, they opened up Queen Victoria's private beach. Now we've hit it right on high tide, so you can't see much of the beach, but this little beach area coming up on your right here, you can't see too much of it. But this was actually Queen Victoria's private beaches, so she used to come down and do a skinny dipping. Now the last parts of the estate to be opened was the Queen's Terrace. Now apparently she was quite a keen artist. She liked to paint, and so she could do on the Queen's Terrace. So the whole of the estate is now open to the public. Now if you look to the beach area, to the right hand side, in fact, just come in line with it now. Just look between the trees there, you'll see the little stone building. Looks like a little mini castle. Now that's where you need to start looking, okay? Look above that building, above the trees. In fact, just to the left of it. Now on Osborne House there's two towers, and that's what you'll see coming to view first, those two towers. Once you see them, you know it's time to get those cameras ready. There's a very good clearing here, the trees do clear, and the whole house will come into view. So that's where you start looking, just above that building there to the left hand side. Look out for those towers. Once you see them, you know the house is going to follow.
Okay. There's a big thing I know, I bring is a mother to bring Alex Queen the second, and this is Margaret. That's Queen House. Also,
So there we go then. Osborne House, finished in the year 1851, was Queen Victoria's favourite residence, passed away here in the year 1901. Queen Victoria, last seen on the grass bank there, looking out east towards Portsmouth, eating a Kit Kat and drinking a hot chocolate at the time apparently.
to this number, and our ferries go. Come to Y again.
Actually, I've just spied the Victoria White. She's way over on your left-hand side, slightly ahead of us there. She's just starting her journey across the Solent, so we will be passing her at some point as we go in the opposite direction. Now again, looking to your right-hand side, to the left of Fishbourne Harbour, we're coming in line with it again. As I said, it is glary with this low sun. But sticking up above the trees there, you can just see the tops of a little red brick abbey. It's just come in line with... Now the original abbey was founded down on the shoreline, right by the entrance to Fishbourne Harbour back in the year 1132. And the first monks actually came from Normandy. They joined the Cistercian order back in 1147. Now that first abbey was actually closed and knocked down by King Henry VIII, and he actually used the stone to build Cowes in Yarmouth Castle. So the one we're coming up in line with on your right hand side there is known as Newport Abbey, though it was founded in the year 1901. No doubt we will get a good one either going out of Portsmouth. Pilots, they love showboating. Oh my god, do they love showboating.
Well, I am. So, you remember to... We've gone past the camera.
So the next built up area coming up on your right hand side, this is the town of Ryde. Now sticking up above everything over at Ryde there, you will see the tower and the spire of the All Saints Church, built back in 1868 by George Gilbert Scott. It's actually the tallest building on the Isle of Wight today. The tower and spire 186 feet in height. There's some famous people buried in the All Saints Church. In fact, the man who invented the crossword, he's buried up there. He sits down for a cross. Now, if you look ahead on your...
Oh shit, today. Here's a big ship. That is...
So if you come down to the end of the Swashway Channel now, we're just about to swing left into the Bar Channel, which leads up to Portsmouth Harbour. As we do so, we'll keep the red buoys and posts to the left and the green buoys and posts to the right. As we swing into the Bar Channel, looking over on your right hand side there, over on the point of land, just behind the green and grey post, and to the right of the black and white striped lighthouse, you will see Southsea Castle right on the point of land there.
Bad one of them, though.
In Nelson's Column. It's one of the tallest observation platforms outside of London. Views on a good day of around 23 miles. 3 viewing decks at the top. Lower one, housing one of the largest glass floors in Europe. If you dare to walk across, give you the idea of walking on air. The spire you see at the top of the tower, 20... This is because in the days of the Warrior, there's actually 3 fleets to the Royal Navy. The red fleets, the blue permission to come in. They have said yes, but they will be keeping a close eye on us, make sure we adhere to all the rules and regulations. Main one, we have to remain 50 metres from any quay wall, any of the ships moored in the harbour today. Now if we do impede this 50-metre exclusion zone, they're pretty good. They normally shout at me once. If I fail to hear that though, they will start to shoot, so don't forget to duck. Now looking across the tops of the buildings over on your right, you'll just see 2, the normal 3 masts of HMS Victory. Normally a lot taller, but she's undergoing a major refit. HMS Victory, Lord Nelson's flagship at the Battle of Trafalgar. She was built in Chatham, launched May the 7th, 1765. Built as a first-rate 3-deck ship with 102 guns. She cost about £100,000 to build. In the early part of the 20th century, Victory was actually moored in the harbour. There was feared she might sink at her mooring, so they moved her into number 2 dry dock where you see her there today, and she was eventually opened up to the public for the very first time in 1928. She carries some 70 Royal Fleet Auxiliary crew, some 50 Royal Navy crew. Now on top of that, when she is in full swing, she also has up to 260 medical staff working on board as well.
Because I'm going used to it. I became it once. But I had one of my helicopters come from Corus. Did some
dock on the site which is now Gunwharf Quays. King John, Richard's brother, he turned this into a principal naval port in the year 1212. Only a flimsy affair though, few mud walls, rickety jetties, got washed away many times over the years due to violent storms. Now the original docks on your right, the plans were laid down in the reign of King Henry V, but it was never ever built in his lifetime. He ran out of money, had to sell off most of his ships anyhow. It was Henry VIII that actually established the first permanent naval dockyard here in Portsmouth. He ordered the building of the first ever dry dock in the year 1498. Now he is often seen as the founder of the Royal Navy, as he commissioned the first ever ships which had an offensive dated within their 20s when they perished. Ended during Victorian times. Now around the corner here we've got 2 little warships tied up alongside each other. They both belong to Ukraine. They've been out here throughout the summer months this year, and they've been sailing their sailors across in and train here in Portsmouth Harbour. One of the MOD police launches also on your right there, they constantly patrol the harbour 24 hours a day, heavily armed at all times.
So where are you in Ukraine? In Italy, because you do go right out of Bleed, some heavy. Got some tugs. Got another warship, another 2 of Ukraine's. Mind you, I'm fan of Ukraine. What's their names? The names. So we will transfer here from Ukraine. This is an invasion. One. Mind you, I don't mind.
Port of Portsmouth's been a naval dockyard for well over 500 years. And as we go on our tour today, you'll be looking around 3 miles of continuous naval quay. Quay over on your right there, you'll probably see some of the black gates, got the yellow handrails running on the tops. These gates act as corridors that lead to number 3 basin directly behind, which is a 60-acre pond dug out by hand by prisoners of war back in the 1860s and 1870s. They can also use these corridors as dry docks if required. Now also on your right, we've got the tidal basin there, just coming out there, you'll see the barge with the tugs in attendance. That's the SD Ocean Spray. She's actually the refuelling barge. Now it's a lot easier, cheaper and safer to bring the fuel to the ships rather than the ships to the fuel.
This is what I love. Because I do remember something. Another like tab. Okay, I want to my God. Okay, but to my God. Quite Berlin. Blue Hatcher 842. 842. 12 of us. Here. Last thing. That's a train. That's a train for all. There's a coach. Ooh. Ooh. Hello, ships.
Type 45s over there, which is D32 HMS Daring. Now we've got 6 of these destroyers built at the cost of £1 billion each. 7,350 tons, 152 metres in length, 21 metres across, top speed 29 knots. Now if you look across the Daring there, on our forward mast, you'll see the big grey bore, the spikes, as the Samson radar, latest in radar technology, to detect and track some 2,000 flying objects at any one time. Also on the bow, you'll make out the big grey gun there. That is the 114mm Mark 9 Vickers gun. It actually fires some 25 rounds a minute over a range of 22,000 metres near on 12 miles. Directly to your right, M37, that one is HMS Chillinfold. She's one of our Hunt-class mine countermeasure vessels, one of the smaller ships in the Royal Naval Fleet, all made of fiberglass and non-magnetic metals. So she's one of the smaller ships. She actually cost some £35 million to build. And also as you move along Fountain Lake, looking across the quay on your right, some views of number 3 basin. This is the basin that was dug out by hand by the prisoners of war. Actually used some 2,000 convicts and around 1,200 paid labourers dig this pond out. 5.7 metres deep over there, all dug out by hand. And again, look at the far side of the basin there, to the right of the big hangars, over the dry docks, you'll see 2 more of our Type 45s over there. HMS Defender and HMS Diamond over there. Now also on your right, you've got the Wave Knight. Now she belongs to the Royal Fleet Auxiliary, means the vessel is actually owned by the Royal Navy but run by merchant seamen. This is one of the tankers, 31,000 tonnes, 196 metres in length, and when she's in service she's got a crew of 80. Wave Knight marks the end of the Royal Naval Dockyard. Directly ahead of us, that is the commercial port. Those 2 quay walls ahead of us mainly deal with fruit. Fruit from all around the world arrives here. Geese, they import bananas. In fact, 60% of all the bananas eaten in the UK arrive here in Portsmouth. Now, it's not just bananas, it is fruit from all around the world, as far as New Zealand, Australia, also the Caribbean, close as Spain, also the Canary Islands as well.
This is fun.
And right over the other side of the harbour, to the left of the big grey shed, you'll see Porchester Castle on the shoreline, built in the year 284 AD by the Romans and rebuilt by the Normans at a later date. Between us and the castle there's actually some 16 square miles of mudflats. Most of the water you see on your right drains away at low tide. Up on the top there, and all the cannons are actually north facing, they're actually facing inland. Also on top of that hill to the right you'll see the grey structure up there with the 2 radar masts. Up there they test out all the new radar equipment. Live music on the White Scene yesterday. We had a band on ship. abandoned. Played the Titanic thing, went down ever so well. Now on your right here, we've got the jetty with the two great cranes let down on it. That's part of the ammunitions department. It's over here. They actually load and unload the warships for their warheads in Scotland. So the Duke class on your right there, they are all decommissioned, finished their service here in Portsmouth Harbour and awaiting their fate. So the front one there, that is the Northumberland. Behind her, you'll see the Montrose. And the two alongside each other at the back, that is the Westminster and the Argyle. Head on your right here, we've got another jetty with a radar scanner going round on the end. Now, as we go by, if you follow this jetty inshore, you'll come to the red brick warehouses of Priddy's Hard. Was the main armament centre for the port for many years. It opened in 1777. In those days, used to store gunpowder over there. Gunpowder magazines, still there to this day, part of the Explosions Museum. Priddy's Hard was at its best during the Second World War. They actually had a workforce of over 3,700 men and women working 12-hour days trying to keep up with the massive requirements of the D-Day landings. Eventually the place of prisoners that died on these hulks actually got buried on that island, soon became infested with large black rats. Also used as a homing station for carrier pigeons before the days of radio. It's only used nowadays, got an electrical substation hidden in the bushes for the various power cables that cross under. Was the main stores depot for the Royal Navy for many years, opened in 1828. Turn of the 20th century, most of the warships had their own refrigeration on board, could bake their own bread. No longer need this store's depot, and eventually closed. It was Royal Clarence Yard that Queen Victoria's body was brought back from Osborne House before it was put on a train, taken back to London. Now we've got another large jetty on your right here. This one's... Now ladies and gents, if you haven't already done the historic dockyard over on your left hand side, it's well worth a visit. Now if you buy the Ultimate Explorer ticket, first of all, get it online. Buy it online, so much cheaper. But if you buy...
Hang on. So there's a date, fun day. And where's the wet osprey? Going on. And we can get some more. Hey guys, so it's on a fun day. So I'm on Red Osprey into Southampton. After being waiting for a long time. So now we're getting back. That's on. Stop! Idiot, wake up! These I have to beep out. Wake up, idiot! So climbing to Red Osprey. Good job, Red Osprey. And that sounds right behind us, coming right behind us. So this is yeah. Man, look down. Eagles and dresses. Right tug. Alright. And they say it's fine. because it is very nice to take us ready. I will see you, Royal. May I? Yes. Wellington. That's the you want to take that. And that's on the side. We have got Cuba. Is that? Yeah. Then we got tug. Have you not got enough? Thing. And this is whoa. When you talk about Maybe it's fun.
Alright, she'll get in touch with the doctor and she'll sort it out. Yeah, so nothing for you to worry about. Alright, so guys, sit down and finish your drink now.
God. No guys, there's nothing going on. We'll place the tug.
There's 351, it's right.
Nepping's neon. Coats. With travel. Yeah, I mean back home. After probably being out for sure one too. Everything's gone. So we've gone on the coach. Everything.
Yeah, won't be long now.
It's on. We're stuck on Waspy. So now we head back to the doors. Heavy. Tomorrow I'll probably get my suitcase tomorrow. I don't know. Not from Swindon. As I'll be getting. Let's go by touch off at 7 from Swindon. So heavy. Heavy.